Folks, he is out of there. He is out faster than a hot gun coming out of Hunter Biden's car window.
President-elect Joe Biden today speaking directly to these suffering Americans.
Our message to everybody struggling right now is this: help is on the way.
Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all.
Welcome back to another episode of Trekking in Politics, folks. Today is a big day. The Director of Homeland Security has been impeached by the House. I told you a few videos ago that I thought the convoy down at the southern border felt different. Now, I'm probably going to get a lot of comments out there. Oh, no. The convoy had nothing to do with this. Really? Really? Everything had everything to do with this. It was a combined effort with everyone. Everyone in the United States is sick and tired of what's going on. The illegals are flooding into the border. Everyone knows Joe Biden is behind it. Everyone knows that the orders are coming from him. And this is what happens when people stick together. I have been preaching this, talking about this, ever since I started this channel, because this is what it takes right here. It's not one thing. It's not two things. It is a combined effort. It is an absolute combined effort of everyone in the United States to unite and say, we've had enough of this. That's what it's going to take, folks. It's not just one little spin around Washington, D.C. and going home. And you say, well, that's all they did in the convoy down at the border. They just went down there. They did a spin. It looked like a flea market. It was embarrassing. And they went home. I'm here. I'm not part of the convoy. I was not invited to it. I had no dealings in the convoy whatsoever. But I was on here talking about it. I was helping promote it. I was telling them, thumbs up, good job, guys. Other people out here was doing it too. That's what it takes. If you understand the politics of the United States, it is about the moral majority. Whenever you feel that shift, that change, that's what changes stuff. The more people that get involved, the more people that speak out, the more people that unite, that's what makes America great. That's what makes America great right there. To stick together, to unite together, to be one voice. As I've said many times on this channel, unite and say in one loud voice, no, I've had enough. That's what it takes. Right there. I saw a video clip not long ago. There was governors from Arkansas, Tennessee, Minnesota, of course, Texas, Governor Abbott. They were all down at the border. They're sending their National Guard down there. They're united together as states. We've had enough. Enough of this. I'm telling you, folks, that is what it is. So they all came together with a majority of support. The House, under the leadership of Representative Mike Johnson, sent this article of impeachment over to the Senate. Now the Senate, I've read different things about what's going to happen. They're either going to vote, they're going to have a trial, they may try to dismiss it. But here's the thing, folks. What does politicians want more than money? There's only one thing that a politician wants more than money. And I'll give you a hint. It has nothing to do with morals and ethics. The thing that politicians want more than money is your vote. There are key Democrats in the House of Representatives that are coming up for a vote. The Republicans have stood united and have already sent a clear message over to these Democrats. You vote against this, you vote to push this out, it will come back to haunt you in your elections, because we are throwing everything out there and putting it on your shoulders and telling the public your name and saying, we tried to secure the border, we tried to stop the influx of drugs, fentanyl, illegal substances, illegal people that are on the most wanted list, FBI's most wanted list. The Republicans are saying, we tried to stop this. You had states coming together. You had the convoy coming together. You had people on social media, such as Trucking and Politics, yelling and screaming, this is enough, stop. And you, as Democrats, don't want to stop it. We're going to use it against you in your elections. How about that? I think the Democrats are going to wake up. I really do. I think the Democrats are going to wake up and see they are falling into the minority on this. There's way too much support pushing back, and the Democrats are going to fold. They're going to cave. They're going to fold in. I really, really think that. I think Mayorkas will officially be impeached and thrown out of office. That's my call. I really do. At this point, he's just been brought up on impeachment charges. It has to go to a vote in the Senate. They could go to dismiss the charges and he could stay in his position. I don't think so. I really don't think that the Democrats are going to go for it. I think they're worried about the election coming up. This is an election year. November is a big time, election time. You know, a lot of seats coming up for election in November. So, and of course the presidential race, and everybody can see the trends and the the polls out here, Trump is just blazing trails. He has got more support each week, each month that goes by. The Democrats have tried to press charges on him and put him in jail and take him off of ballots. They're already making a bad name for themselves. They don't need to push any more about pushing back on this impeachment. It's going to look really bad on them. Really bad on them. And I think truckers had a big part in it. I know a lot of truckers out here watch my channel that put comments in. Trucking convoy didn't have anything to do with it. It was an embarrassment. I'm telling you, this one felt different. I said that a couple of videos ago. It just felt different. There was too much support coming in for what was going on. It was just too much. I mean, we had National Guard from states everywhere down there. So, senators, governors, the trucking convoy, people on social media, it was just a huge pushback. It's what I keep saying on this channel. If you get united and you're one force, you're one voice, and you push back, you don't have to do it with violence, folks. You don't have to be like Antifa and go out there and burn down Wendy's, break out windows, act like juvenile delinquents. You don't have to do that. Get on board. Get your stuff together and your stuff straight. Get, as we say in the South, I don't know if they say this everywhere, but get your ducks in a row. Get everything lined up, organized, ready, and start marching. Head towards that cause and say, we're not going to quit. We're going to go over here and we're going to stop this. If you have that determination and you have that many people backing you, it's like I've said many times, you can move a mountain with a hand scoop if you've got enough people with hand scoops. You can move that mountain. Think about that. We had a combined effort. I was trying to do my part. Everyone else out there, the government, the trucker convoy, everything else was doing their part. We all played a vital part in this. And we pushed back. Here's the thing. Here's the thing that I want to point out about all this. Well, first off, Merrick Garland better watch his back, because he's next. I really feel like that. I really feel like the Department of Justice is the next on the chopping block. Really feel like that. Especially if they go ahead and go through and impeach, formally throw him out and impeach the Department of Homeland Security. I really think Merrick Garland will be the next push. I really do. What I was going to say is, if this really is a tide-turning thing and it really starts changing and it starts moving forward, if we can get enough people on board, if we can get enough support, Vivek Ramaswamy was already talking about cutting these departments down to a skeleton crew and building them back up. What was one of the departments he was talking about? The Department of Transportation. Who's under the Department of Transportation? The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that rules over all truckers. If he breaks that down, I don't know if Vivek Ramaswamy is going to be in Trump's cabinet or his VP working behind the scenes or whatever. I don't know where his place is going to be. But if Trump gets into office and this starts rolling and it starts getting momentum, this is where the truckers need to stick together. This is where we need to stick together. I was just talking about this in my last video. In my last video, I was just talking about this. The things I learned from being on YouTube. I just made that video. For me, it was a few minutes ago. For you, it was a day ago, probably. But I just made that video. And look how things change in just a couple of hours. I was talking about I was getting jaded and had backed off of the trucking unity thing. And one of my commenters said about my last video, it's a great video, great information, it's good for everybody to watch. So far hasn't got hardly any views, but the people that have watched it have really liked it. It's not trucking and politics, it's about YouTube and my experience on here. Something totally different. A lot of people don't want to watch it, I guess, for subject matter. And that's fine. But I did add in there that I have been talking about this, and the first thing people do is, oh, well, they've tried it for 20 years, 30 years. You know, you're not getting anywhere with it. Well, everything has been falling down for 20 or 30 years. The economy has been falling down for 20 or 30 years. Our republic has been falling down for 20 or 30 years. It is time that we've hit bottom and we turn and we start going back up. Folks, if we don't do something, listen to what Trump has said. I will do a video on this before too long, and I'll show you how bad of a situation the United States is in. We are in a do or die situation. We are in desperate situation. In a desperate situation. Our economy, our country is not going to make it. I mean, that's just the cold hard facts of the truth. Our country cannot sustain this. And the Democrats, it's the truth, folks. It's the Democrats and what people call the uniparty. The Democrats and the Republicans that go along with the Democrats have been just slamming this country into the ground so hard and so fast. Sending our money overseas, sending our industry overseas, sending everything they can overseas, taxing us into the dark ages, restrictions, rules, laws, throwing everything at us to destroy this country. Do we give up, do we surrender, or do we push back? If we give up and surrender, we're going to lose this country. I promise you. I have facts on my computer. I've been working up to doing this video about it. But folks, we're going to lose this country. We've already gotten there. It is basically how we are going to rebuild it from here. Do you want to throw up the surrender flag, or do you want to stand and fight? It's up to you, folks. It's up to me. It's up to all of us. But Mayorkas looks like he's out. Garland, he better watch his back, because even the Democrats are speaking out against him. They don't like him either. The Republicans don't like him. He's getting a big pushback. If we keep this momentum going, we may clear house. This is the... Do you understand how important this is? This is the first time a sitting cabinet member has been brought up on impeachment charges in almost 150 years. 150 years. If you don't see the severity of this and the importance of this, then people are walking around with blinders on. This is what everyone has been waiting on, is the Democrats to sit down and the Republicans to start getting up and moving forward. They're leading the charge, and they're going to move forward. And we need to support them. We need to save this country. We need to pull it back from the brink of extinction and make this country great again. Thanks for watching, folks.